Right, welcome back to another game of triple, not triple play. This is Precision Baseball, and my name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game. This is going to be game number 3. We actually showed game number 1 of the Braves at the Mets. This is game number 2. This was the first. I played it offline. This is the first game of a doubleheader. Played on May 3rd. You can see that the Mets won 9-4. Lots of activity here as they knocked Charlie Morton out of the game after only 3 2/3 innings. The Braves bullpen did well the rest of the game, but the offense could not do much of anything against the Mets pitching staff. So the series is tied 1-1 in this 4-game series. This is going to be game number 2 of a doubleheader that was played on May 3rd. And in this one, it's going to be Kyle Wright going for the Braves and Carlos Carrasco going for the Mets. So let's move through the lineups and the starting lineups for the Braves. It's going to be Acuna and Wright. Matt Olson hitting second at first. Austin Riley is batting third. Ozuna is the DH. He's hitting fourth. Ozzie Albies at second. Adam Duvall in center. Travis Demeritte playing in left field. Dansby Swanson hitting in the 8th hole this time. Shortstop, and William Contreras, who was a rookie catcher last year, he is batting 9th. For the Mets, it's going to be Nimmo in center. Lindor at short. McNeil is batting third at second base. Pete Alonso will be DHing in this game. And Dom Smith will be at first, hitting 5th. Mark Canha is in left. J.D. Davis at third. Travis Jankowski gets the start in in right field, and James McCann is the catcher. So get this one started. If you are not familiar with the gameplay or you get a little mixed up, there are other videos under the game demos playlist, and you can see how I've played those. I won't do a lot of explaining. We'll just get right into it. This is game number 2. Each game takes about an hour, anywhere between 15 minutes and an hour. So just to sort of prepare you for the length of gameplay for Precision Baseball. I got all my charts over here, and we are ready for the first pitch. This is Carlos Carrasco, who is here, and he's facing off against Acuna, Olson, and Riley. Pretty difficult first 3 to get through. This is a 219 that goes to Acuna. That'll be a fly ball. Fly ball goes out to 411, which is a fly to left. The left fielder is left fielder is Mark Canha. Canha is a +1 in the outfield, so he's going to make the play in left, and that's going to be out number 1. Acuna down as the first out. 145. That will be a ground ball for Olson. That grounder goes to the third baseman. The third baseman in this game is not Escobar, it's J.D. Davis. So Davis is we're going to call him a 0. He's primarily a DH for the Mets. So we're going to call him a 0. That means a 149 is going to be a good play as he wings it over to first. And Matt Olson is out number 2. Brings up Austin Riley to the plate. 557 to Riley is going to be in the strikeout range. So 1, 2, 3 go the Braves in the top of the first. Nice start for Carrasco as the Mets come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. He'll be facing off against Kyle Wright. Kyle Wright, the Major's only 20-game winner in 2022. And he will be here, and then we have the Mets up. It's going to be Nimmo, Lindor, and Jeff McNeil. 175 to Nimmo is going to be a grounder. That ground ball goes to 203. To the grounder to second base. The second baseman is Ozzie Albies. He is a -1, I believe. His error rating is a -1. So a 174 is going to be a good pick. So we're going to go 4-3 on the put out, and that's out number 1. Brings up Frankie Lindor. Lindor switch hitter, so he's hitting left-handed, and this will be a 7-10. 7-10 is going to be a walk to Lindor. So Francisco at first base with nobody out. Jeff McNeil to the plate. How does that go? There goes the pitcher. 693 is going to be a strikeout. The rare strikeout for Jeff O'Neill. Great bat to ball skills. Brings up Pete Alonso. Alonso DHing in this one, a 333. In the future, that's going to trigger a rare play, rare unusual play. But here, that's going to be a fly ball off of the pitcher's card. That fly goes out to center field. The center fielder is Nemo. Nemo is the center fielder is not Nemo. What is it? Duval. Duval is a 0. So that's going to be a good play out to center field. As Alonso flies out, and that strands a runner at first base. We head to the top of the second inning, no score in this day-night doubleheader game number 2. So this is going to be Ozuna, Albies, and Duval for the Bravos. 790, that will be a hit. So that goes off of the pitcher card. 757 is his hit range. So it's going to be a big, some sort of hit for the Big Bear. We got a 520. 520 for Ozuna is going to be a base hit. And that goes to the right fielder as he goes the other way. And the right fielder gets it in. It's Jankowski out there. Brings up Ozzy Albies. Albies missed time in 2022 with an injury. And that's what's put him on the backside here. He didn't get his full number of at-bats. 325 is off of his card. That's going to be a fly ball. Fly ball goes out to 114, which is a pop-up to second base. Let's see if the second baseman makes the play. It's O'Neill. O'Neill is a plus, so 967 is going to be a good catch. No error there. So we go P4 as he makes the catch on the outfield cut of grass. Runner stays at first base. 191. This goes to Adam Duvall. He's up here. That's going to be a fly ball. And the fly ball goes out to second base again. Another pop-up. So 930, another catch. A couple of pop-ups. This one over the second base bag. And that's going to be 2 quick outs. Runner at first base, 2 outs. And Demerit is the batter. 230 is going to be another fly ball. What are the odds? It's going to be another pop-up to the second baseman. Not good. 910 is going to be a pop-up to shortstop. So, spreading it around. So this is going to be a pop-up to Lindor. Lindor's a +4, so that's going to be a catch. And pop-ups abound in this one, as you get a leadoff single and then 3 pop-ups. Head to the bottom of the second inning, still tied at 0. This will be off Kyle Wright's card. A 202 is going to be a fly ball. And that goes to 351. That'll be a fly ball to left. The left fielder is Travis Demerit. Demerit is a 0 on his error rating. He's going to make the play out in left. Can of corn for out number 1. And that brings up Mark Canna. 183 is going to be a ground ball off of Wright's card. And that'll be a grounder to the third baseman. The third baseman is Austin Riley. Riley is a -2. I remember that. But he makes the play here. Picks it clean. Strong throw to first. And that's going to be out number 2. Brings up J.D. Davis. Again, off of Kyle Wright's card. 375 is going to be another fly ball. This time it's a fly to the shortstop, so another pop-up. Dansby Swanson is there. He is a +1, I believe. He's a +1, and he's going to make the play on that P6. So 3 up, 3 down go the Mets in the second inning. We go to the top of the third. No score in this second game of the doubleheader. Carrasco will face off against the very bottom of the order, Swanson, Contreras, and then back to Acuna. Dansby's first at bat of the day. 596 is going to be a strikeout, as he is badly fooled. And that is out number 1, second K of the day for Carrasco. 276 to Carlos is going to be a fly ball that goes out to the left fielder. The left fielder is Mark Canha. Canha is a +1, and that's going to be a good catch out in left, as he takes a few steps over to his left and makes the play for out number 2. Good pitching matchup so far, but let's see how that holds. This is Acuna with a 9-1-1, and that's going to be a base knock for a 2-out hit for Ronald Acuna. Acuna steals at a 1. He runs at a 4. Let's see. The catcher is James McCann. McCann is a +1. The pitcher is a 0 on his hold rating, so we take, and his stealing is a 1, so that drops him down to a 0, and a 0 is here. We're going to go ahead and try to steal second, get him into scoring position with 2 outs, and maybe get an opportunity to drive in a run. So several greens on there. 704 is right in smack dab in the middle of a green spot, and so Acuna is going to slide in there safely with a stolen base. So runner at second base, and Matty Olson to the plate. Olson grounded out his last at bat. This is a 341. That's right at the edge in the fly ball range. There's already 2 outs. So barring an error on the left fielder, this is going to get them out of the inning. 297. The left fielder is Canha. He's a +1, so that's going to be a good catch. And the third out of the inning, the Braves leave 1 in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's still no score. The Mets are going to send up Jankowski, McCann, and then back to the top of the order with Brandon Nimmo. So, make sure everybody's on there. And Travis Jankowski. This is going to go off of Wright's card. A 206 is a ground ball. That ground ball goes to the third baseman. Third baseman is Riley. This could be trouble. 036 to a minus player. And that's actually going to be a good play at third base. So Riley with the throw in the dirt. Olson digs it out, and that's out number 1. This goes to Wright's card as well. A 22 is going to be another grounder. 738 is back to Riley. Riley, a little cleaner play this time. 2-hopper, as he makes a nice strong throw to first and gets James McCann about 12 steps. And that's going to be Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo grounded out in his first at bat. This goes off of his card. So a 310 is going to be a fly ball. as he gets under one. 352, that'll be a fly ball out to left field. The left fielder is Demerit. Demerit's a 0. 900 for a 0 is going to be a good catch, and that's going to be out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Go the Mets. Kyle Wright, nice start so far, has not given up any hits in the first 3 innings. Carrasco, only given up 2 hits against the Braves. We head to the top of the 4th inning. It's tied at 0. And it will be the heart of the order up for the Braves: Riley, Ozuna, and Albies. .869 to the batter, to Austin Riley. .869 is going to be a single as he hits one. Solid single through the hole in left. Riley at first base for Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna with an 11 is going to be a ground ball, and this grounder goes to 54. That'll be a grounder to first base. The first baseman in this game is Dom Smith. Let's see. Smith is a +1, so a little better than average first baseman. 503, so he's definitely going to make the play there. Let's see what happens with the base runner. Maybe a chance for a double play. 785 is here. Runner on first. That's going to be a 3-6 DP question mark. So that means that we need to roll for the double play. And we will use Dominic Smith's double play number, which I believe is a 0. It's a 0. We roll against our double play chart here. We have a 0, so anything from 541 to 710 is an automatic double play. It's a 266, so that means that's in the red. You can see here that's in the red, and that's going to be a fielder's choice. So we go 3-6 on the fielder's choice. They can't turn 2. And we swap runners at first base. So Marcell Ozuna at first with Ozzy Albies coming to the plate. 118, that's going to be another grounder. And a 987, that would be a grounder to third base. The third baseman is J.D. Davis. Davis, we're calling him a 0. So 557, that's going to be a good play for a player with a 0. We got 1 out, and let's see what happens on the base paths. 748, third baseman with a runner at first. 5-4 double play opportunity. So let's roll for that. J.D. Davis's double play number is also, we're going to call him a 0. Since he's primarily a DH, just have to give him a 0 there. So same thing, 541 to 710. And a 526 is not going to get it done, so they get another fielder's choice at second. 5-4, and Albies is at first. He is a steal of -2, so that's not going to get it done. Brings up Adam Duvall. This goes off the pitcher card. That'll be a strikeout. 612. And Carrasco gets the strikeout for out number 3. So an eventful inning on the base paths, but Braves can't get anybody around as they kept hitting into ground balls. Couldn't cash in on the Mets' inability to turn 2. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them at all in this game. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, still no score. And it'll be Lindor, McNeil, and Alonso, the big boppers for the Mets. This is a 0-0 off of the pitcher, thankfully. Otherwise, that would have been a home run for Frankie Lindor. 687 for Lindor is going to be a double, though, and that goes down the right field line. He's going to have a chance to stretch that into a triple, and his base running is a 2. The right fielder is Acuna. This is sort of a down year for Acuna. His arm is a 0 that he's showing, so everything with his defense was just league average. So we're going to go ahead and he's going to try to run on Acuna and get a triple. So we're going off of Acuna's outfield arm that's here. He's a 0, and anything 101 to 210 is going to be safe at third. I mean, anything 101 to 210 would be out at third. I'm sorry. Everything red is safe, so it's a little bit backwards. So 584, and Lindor slides in just under the tag as he turns that double down the line into a triple. Runner at third base. Oh, I guess it'd help if I put it on the right player. Huh? It's possible there'd be a triple there, but for demerit, probably not though. Hi, Jeff McNeil up to the plate, runner at third base with nobody out. This is a 334 off of his card. 334 is going to be a fly ball. This goes to the catcher, though. A 0.46. 1 to 50 is a pop up to the catcher. Oh, that's a killer. Catcher is Travis Darno. No, Contreras. Contreras has a +1 rating for a catcher, and so a 003 for a +1 is going to be a good catch. So we're going to go P2. Don't get a lot of pop-ups to the catcher, but that's really a killer one. So runner at third base, 1 out. Still a chance to drive him in for Pete Alonso. Alonso with a fly out in his last at bat. If he gets that, he might have a chance. 767. This goes off of Alonso. 767 will be a base knock. So Pete drives in the first run of the game, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead in the fourth. Alonso at first base, and that is a 101 to Dom Smith. That'll be a grounder, and let's see what happens on this ground ball. 445, that's a grounder to second base. Albies is a -1, but he's going to make the play there. And let's check and see what happens with our runner. So we got second base, runner at first. 758, 4-6 double play. We need to roll for it off of the Ozzie Albies double play number, which is a -2. So it's going to make this one tricky. -2 is here. So anything from 31 to 210 is going to be a double play. This is a 144, and that's going to be in his double play range. So 463. The Braves roll it up, and that's going to end the inning, but not before the Mets get on the board first. Don't try to write and talk at the same time. Mets lead 1-0 in this second game of the doubleheader. They're looking for a sweep of this second set of games in the series. Top of the fourth inning, or top of the fifth inning, it'll be Demerit, Swanson, and William Contreras. 856, that goes to the batter, Demerit. And 856 is going to be a base hit. So Demerit with a base knock into the gap. We'll call that a single. His running is not super fast, so he's not going to try to turn that into 2. We got Dansby Swanson up. This is off the batter or the pitcher card though. Haven't had too many off of Carrasco's card. 684 will be a walk from Carlos Carrasco. So there is a walk. Runners at first and second for William Contreras. Contreras always a threat to go deep, but not here, as he's got a 557. That's going to be a strikeout as the young catcher goes down with runners in scoring, or a runner in scoring position. Brings up Ronald Acuna. Acuna is 1 for 2. He had a single and a stolen base his last at bat. This time, no single. That's going to be a ground ball. And it will go to 629. That's going to be a grounder to shortstop. The shortstop is Lindor. Lindor, a sure-handed shortstop. He makes the play. And let's see what he does with the ball. We got runners at first and second. So this column here. And that will be a 32. And it says all safe. So a little squibber, a little 12 hopper on the infield. And he just has to eat it, as that's going to be an infield single for Ronald Acuna. That'll load the bases, and that's going to be 1 out with the bases loaded, and Matt Olson to the plate. This is dangerous time. So a 13 is going to be another ground ball. Maybe Carrasco is going to make the pitch that gets him out of it. That would have been, again, another 3 of a kind. Would have been an interesting play. Ground ball to 666 is a grounder to short. So again to Lindor. Lindor makes the play. And let's see, now we're using the bases loaded column. It's a 958. 958 is this next to last column. That's going to be a 6-3 put out. Runner scores, and all the other runners advance. So a little softly hit ball to short. Lindor comes in and makes the play. We're going to go 6-3 on the put out. That's out number 2. He's going to move up on the fielder's choice. He's going to score on the fielder's choice, and he'll move up. So now we have runners at second and third. 1 run in for the Braves, as they have not even hit the ball out of the infield in this one, but scored a run. Austin Riley to the plate, 464. That's going to be a strikeout for Riley, who strikes out with 2 on the pond. But the Braves do even it up at 1 in the top of the 5th inning. 1-1 is our score. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Mets are going to be up, and it'll be Canna, Davis, and Jankowski, who gets the start in right field. They're facing off against Kyle Wright, the 20-game winner from 2022. Mark Canna. Canna is here. A 200 is going to be a grounder. The ground ball to the third baseman. Riley is a -2. He's going to make the play there. Get it across to Olson for out number 1. And Canna is now 0 for 2. And he can't get it past Riley. 767 will be a walk to J.D. Davis. That's off the pitcher card. So Davis standing at first. Kind of wheels to see, got nothing. Just league average. Brings up Travis Jankowski, 688. 688 is going to be a strikeout for Jankowski. Kyle Wright gets him with the down and in. What is Jankowski? I got him over here somewhere. Left-handed batter. Probably the down and in slider, back foot slider. Brings up James McCann. McCann on the backside. He is here. 299 is going to be a fly ball for McCann. That goes out to second base. Ozzie Albies out there. He's a -1. So a 294 to a -1 is going to be a good play. P4 on the put out. That's the third out of the inning as the Mets strand a runner at first base. No hits, no runs, no errors. One left on for the Mets in the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th. Game tied at 1 apiece. And let's see where we are. We're at 18, 19, 20, 21. Carrasco can go 22. We'll give him another inning. We're at 18 for Kyle Wright. Kyle Wright can go 25. So a little bit more stamina for Kyle Wright. Again, the stamina is average number of batters faced per game that they got into. So could be a little bit more, a little bit less, you know. It's a little bit up to you to do that. So 22 off of Carrasco's card is going to be a grounder. That ground ball goes to the third baseman. Riley with a 105. He is going to, let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Third baseman is J.D. Davis. We're on the Braves. J.D. Davis is a 0, so a 105 is going to be in the green. And that's going to be a nice play over to first base as Ozuna is retired. One down in the 6th. Brings up Ozzie Albies. 336 off of Carrasco's card is going to be a fly ball. And Ozzie hits that one. Pops it up to the catcher. The catcher is James McCann. He is a +2. And so that's going to be a good catch for him as he throws off the mask. And he makes the play just behind the plate. And that's a couple of quick outs. Had a lot of pop-ups to the catcher in this one, more than I've had in any other game. This will be an 833 to Duvall. 833 to Duvall is going to be a base hit as he hits one into the gap in left center field. He's got good speed. He's a +3. The center fielder is Nimmo. Nimmo doesn't have a great arm, so I think we're going to run on him. His arm is a -3, so basically throwing out of the worst column over here. So 31 to 100 is going to be that they get him at second base, trying to get there. A 28 is in this first row here, so he's going to be safe at second as he gets in just under the tag, and that's going to be a hustle double for Adam Duvall, who gets himself into scoring position with that play. Travis Demerit, 838. This is going to be a hit off of the pitcher, and that hit is a 544. That's a 2-out base knock from Travis Demerit, and that's going to put the Braves ahead 2-1. As Adam Duvall's hustle into second pays off, and the Braves cash in and take the lead. Dansby Swanson to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He's got a walk and a strikeout. Swanson, 343. Should be a fly ball. And it's not. It's a line drive. So let's see. That liner goes to right field. The right fielder is Jankowski. Jankowski is a 0 on his error rating. So 0.35 to a 0. And he just makes the play at the shoe tops. Probably popped up out of his glove and he caught it. But that's a liner to 9. That's out number 3. And the Braves get 1 in the top of the 6th to take the lead. 2-1 our score. And the Mets will be sending up the top of the order. It's going to be Nimmo, and then Lindor, and McNeil. Nimmo 0 for 2. Kyle Wright still out there for the Braves. This is a 692. 692 is going to be a strikeout. Number 1, 2, 3 on the day for Kyle Wright. Not a lot of strikeouts. Frankie Lindor, a 922. This could be trouble, as that's going to be a double for Lindor, a double into the gap. Lindor already with a triple. He's not going to try to turn a double into the left center field gap into a triple, but he's standing at second base for Jeff O'Neill. 881 to the batter, O'Neill. 881 is going to be a base hit, and we've got to make a decision here about whether we're sending the runner from third. The runner is Lindor. He runs at a 2. That's a base hit to straightaway left field. The left fielder is Demerit. Demerit throws at a +1. So this is going to go to the batter, but I always, if it hits right to the outfielder, I get them one column to the left. So instead of a +1, it's a 2 to 4. So 361 to 540. Let's go ahead and send the runner home. So the way I figure that is, it's a Lindor runs at a 2, +2. Demerit throws at a +1. So in that sort of confrontation, we need to give the advantage to the runner. And when the ball is hit, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you look at the outfield from left to right, a 2 is right to the left fielder. So I'm going to give him a little bit of an advantage by moving him one column to the left, which is one column better. So his arm is a 1, but I'm going to make him a 2. And so instead of a, what is that, a 15% chance, it's almost a 20% chance of throwing him out. So let's see what happens at the plate. 361 to 540. He's going to be out, dead to rights. It is a 38, and so Lindor is going to slide in safely at home as the throw is up the line. So it comes home on a single. They cash in the double, and that ties the game at 2. Clutch hit from Jeff O'Neill, or McNeil. Brings up the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Alonso 1 for 2. 337 to Alonso is going to be a fly ball. 813, that will be a fly ball to center field. The center fielder is Adam Duvall. He plays at a 0 out there, so 244 is going to be a good catch. With a runner at first base, it's totally your choice to try to advance them or not. McNeil is just a +1 on his rating. Duvall is a -1, so you could try. We would have to find out for sure if he can even go. So let's go ahead and do that, because it might be that he can go. So it's a fly ball to center field. Let's re-roll that. That is a 629 on a fly ball to center field. 629 is in here, so that's a no-go zone. Runner cannot go, even if we wanted him to. So good to find that information out. Do you want to run with him? Then find out, can you run with them? So maybe a good way to go about it. All right, so 2 down, runner at first base, and Dom Smith to the plate. This is a 19 to Smith. That'll be a ground ball. No gimmies on the grounders. You got to roll them out. That would have been another, what do you call it? That would have been another odd rare play. But this time it goes to the third baseman, Austin Riley. A 248 to Riley. He is going to make the play. And let's see what happens on the play. So we have a runner at first base. We're looking here. It's going to be a 654. That's inside here. With 2 outs, we use the number in the parentheses. So that's going to be Austin Riley going the short way as he gets it down to second base. And that'll be out number 3. So we'll say 5-4 on the put out. And that's the end of the inning. But the Mets do tie it up at 2. So not scoring in bunches, but scoring quite often here in the past couple of innings. Let's check out Carlos Carrasco. Carrasco can go 22 batters before we have to make any adjustments. He's at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So he's starting the inning over his stamina. Let's go ahead and keep him out there. I like to keep him out there. And what we're going to do is the adjustment we're going to make is all of the rolls are going to go off the batter card. So there's no opportunity to go off of the pitcher card. So we'll keep our green die out for just a minute. If we need it, we'll roll it. And it's going to be Contreras, Acuna, and Olsen. A little bit of traffic here the last couple of innings, so I'm going to have a short leash for him. May not matter here as Contreras. It's going to go yard, I think. He does. A 975. It's one batter too much. As William Contreras goes to dead right field. And he is going to drive in the go-ahead run. Buck Showalter kicking himself. Brian Showalter. For leaving Carrasco on the game. And that's going to be the end of the line for Carlos Carrasco. Sorry, buddy. As we're going to need to get a new pitcher in here. And let's go with Adam Ottavino. So Carrasco goes 6, and he gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. He had 1 walk. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks. He faced 27 batters. Is that right? I think I was looking at the wrong one. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah. So he faced 27 batters and had no wild pitches. So that's going to close the book on Carrasco. He cannot be the winner here. Adam Ottavino comes in. Nobody down and 1 in for the Braves. It is Ronald Acuna Jr. standing in for the Braves. 8-11 off of the pitcher is going to be a hit by pitch. So Ronald standing at first base. We're going to go ahead and send him. I can't remember what it was. I have to refigure it. So he runs at a 4. Ottavino, his hold is a -2. So basically that makes him a 6. And the catcher brings him down 1. McCann is a +1 on his throwing, so that makes him a 5. So So when we're looking at our stolen bases, we're looking at 3+, and that's where Ronald is. And that's based off of the pitcher's ability to hold runners and the catcher's ability to throw people out. So 697 is in this range here in the green. He is safe. Second steal of the day for Ronald Acuna. Had a down year in 2022, but obviously we've seen what he can do this season. Brings up Matty Olson. This goes off of the pitcher card. 233 for Ottavino is going to be a fly ball. That fly ball goes out to 134. 134 is going to be a pop up to the second baseman. The second baseman is McNeil. He's a plus fielder, so 164. He'll make the play. And that's going to be out number 1. Runner at second base now. With 1 out, Austin Riley to the plate. And 1 already in for the Braves. A 004, 040 to Riley is going to be a grounder. That's a 960, so that'll be a grounder to third base. Third baseman is JD Davis. He's a 0. So a 938 to a 0 is going to be a good play. And let's see what happens with the runner at second. So 756, runner at second base. That's going to be a 5-3 put out, and the runner is going to hold. So he looks Acuna back. Acuna can advance, and we now have Marcell Ozuna coming to the plate. 2 down, base hit, scores a run, but he's not going to get it here. That's a 195 off of Ozuna's. That'll be a fly ball. Fly ball goes out to 874. That's a fly to center field. The center fielder is Nemo. He is a plus fielder, I believe. Nemo is a +1, so that's going to be a good catch in center. And that can of corn ends the inning. But the Braves do get the go-ahead run as they take a 3-2 lead on the William Contreras solo bomb over the right field fence. It was a wall scraper, but it was good enough for 1, and the Braves had a 1-run lead. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So Kyle Wright's got another inning in him at max strength. And so let's go ahead and make that happen. He'll be facing off against Canna, Davis, and Jankowski. We'll see if we need to bring in a different batter for Jankowski. I don't know. 103 for Canna is going to be a grounder. That ground ball goes to 144. That'll be a grounder to first base. Matty Olson, I think he plays at a -1. Yeah, he's a -1 on his error. 780, he's going to make that play. And he'll toss it to the pitcher covering at first. And that's going to be the first out. Brings up JD Davis. JD Davis is 0 for 1. Walked in his last at bat. 143, this is off the pitcher though, so that's going to be a ground ball. And that goes out to 998. 998 is a ground ball to the pitcher. And the pitcher plays at a 0, so that's going to be a good play for him. And he's going to make the play to first. So we got a 3-1, we got a 1-3 as Kyle Wright returns the favor. 2 down now. In the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-2 is our score. Tight one here. And see if the Mets can mount a comeback. 766. That goes off of Jankowski's card. He's here. 766 is going to be a walk. So he draws a walk off of Kyle Wright. He steals at a +1. The catcher, Darno, is also a +1, so that makes him a 0. Kyle Wright is a +1, so that makes him run at a -1. And we'll probably just hold him at first base here. for James McCann, hoping that McCann can pop one. Let's see, 760 off of McCann's card is going to be a walk. So not a home run, but he does turn the lineup back over to the top. And we have 2 on now with 2 out. And we got Brandon Nimmo to the plate. Nimmo is a lefty. This is where managers get paid the big bucks. We've got a pitcher here, so we could bring in Mentor. He's a left-handed specialist. Means that every time he faces a lefty, it's going to come off of his card. No opportunity to come off of the batter card. And I think we're going to do that. We got a couple of lefties. We got McNeil, Nimmo and McNeil. Lindor is going to flip around. He's a switch hitter. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's make the switch here. So Kyle Wright goes 6 2/3. He gives up not many hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. Only 2 runs. I believe they're all earned. 1, 2, 4 walks. Not so good. And 1, 2, 3. Only 3 Ks. So not a great strikeout game for him. And we got a hit by pitch there. He's going to face 27 batters himself and no wild pitches. So into the game comes AJ Mentor. He's going to have the advantage in this at bat against Brandon Nimmo. That may or may not help, just like in baseball. Doesn't always help you out. But when you're managing, all you're trying to do is turn the tables, right? You're trying to put the percentages in your hands. This would have gone off of his card anyway, as we ignore that. 350. 350 is a line drive. Liner goes to 195. So that'll be a line drive to left field. The left fielder is Travis Demerit. His error rating is 0. So a 328 is going to be a good catch as he comes in hard on that one and makes the play in left field to retire Nimmo. That's out number 3, and the Braves quell the threat. AJ Mentor comes in and gets a big out in the 7th inning. A little earlier than he normally comes in, but having that lefty-lefty matchup is very important. Carlos Carrasco is going to... He's already out of the game, right? So we got Ottavino. Ottavino will go out. He's faced 4 batters. He can go 4, so... you know, we had good success with Jolie Rodriguez. Let's go ahead and go with him. Ride the hot hand. So Ottavino goes 1. He gives up no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch, and no wild pitches. Alright, so we're going to bring in a new pitcher to face Albies, Duvall, and Demerit. And that pitcher is going to be, I don't know if it's Joely or Jolie Rodriguez. I'm going with Jolie. But it could be Joely. I'm not sure. It's going to be Frankie Lindor. I'm sorry. It'll be Albies, Duvall, and Demerit. Let's go on the right side here. They're all on this back side of the sheet. First pitch to Ozzie Albies is an 881. That goes off of the pitcher, though. So 881 is going to be a hit for Ozzie. And that will be a 480 to right field. That'll be a single. Line drive to right field. And Ozzie Albies is standing at first base. Not a great steal rating for him. So we're going to hold him there and see if Adam Duvall can pop one. And 833 to Duvall. Not a home run, but another base hit as he follows up with a solid single to left center field. And Ozzy runs at a 2. Center fielder Nemo is not a good arm at a -3. So we're going to go ahead and run on Brandon Nemo. Try to get Ozzy first to third. So we're in this last column here. It's going to be a 465, which is up in here, so he is safe at third as they throw the ball into second base. Keep that runner at first. So we go to Travis Demerit, runners at the corners when nobody out. Tough situation for Joely Rodriguez, as he's going to give up a hit here, 963. And not just a hit, but a double. That is over the left fielder's head, off the base of the wall. And that double is going to score 1. It's going to push the runner to third base. Adam Duvall actually runs quite well at a 3. The left fielder is Mark Canna. Canna has a -3 arm, so you definitely want to be running on these outfielders. And we'll try it again. Let's see if there's a opportunity for a kill out there. It's in this last column. It is a 360. 360 is here, and that's in the red, so he's going to be safe at home as he comes around from first to score. That's going to be a 2-run double for Travis Demerit. We'll give him his RBI due here. So a 2-run double for Demerit makes it 5-2, and the Braves have taken a commanding lead here in the 8th inning. Dansby Swanson to the plate. Swanson 0 for 2. This will be an 18 to Dansby. 18 is a grounder. That goes to 344. So that's a ground ball to second base. That's going to be a play made. There's no errors at 700 range. And so let's see what happens here. We got a second base runner at second. Most likely it's going to move him over. 807. It does. That's a 4-3 put out. And that's going to move the runner over to third on the fielder's choice. So 1 out now with a runner at third. Braves looking to add on. Joely Rodriguez trying to get out of this one with only 2 runs given up. It's William Contreras who had the go-ahead home run back in the 7th inning. A 707 to William is going to be a walk. And I think that's going to be the end of the line for Joely Rodriguez, as we're going to bring in a new pitcher. It's going to be Seth Lugo. Rodriguez goes a third of an inning. Gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, no Ks. Oof, tough one. He faces 5, and he's still on the hook for the runner or the runners on base. So we'll see if Lugo can come in and put out the fire, as the Mets in danger of splitting this doubleheader. Where's Lugo? There he is. Okay. He'll be facing Ronald Acuna. And this will go off the pitcher card. 647 is going to be a strikeout, so that's a big second out for the Mets. Runners at the corners, 2 down for Matty Olson. Matty Olson 0 for 4. Tough game for him, 241. It's not going to get any better. That's going to be a fly ball. That fly ball goes out to center field. The center fielder is Nemo. Nemo plays at a +1, I believe. Yep. So a 920 is going to be a catch. So Nemo makes the play in center field, and that ends the threat as Lugo comes in and gets a couple of big outs. 2 runs though come in for the Braves, and that's going to be a 5-2 lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Braves are going to leave Minter out there. He's going to face off against a switch hitter and then a lefty. So he's at least going to get a couple batters here. No reason to really take him out for Pete Alonso either. Frankie Lindor, big game here. 2 for 2, a double, a triple, and a 2 runs scored. This goes off the pitcher card, a 977, so that's going to be some sort of other hit. 366 looks like a base hit for Lindor. It is, and Lindor is on with his 3rd hit. He is a homer short of the cycle. Hopefully he doesn't get another at bat to do that. He steals at a 0. That 1 run is not as important, so it's going to be Jeff McNeil to the plate. Because Minter has his versus left-handed badge, this is going to come off of his card, and so this is a 944. Another hit from Minter's card, and that's going to be a 345, so that's going to be a base hit for Jeff McNeil, base hit to the right fielder. Now, Lindor runs at a 2. The right fielder is Acuna. He's a 0 arm, but we're going to give him an extra column because that's hit right to him. So if we're running, he moves from a 0 to a 1. We're still going to try, because Lindor has the advantage, we're going to try off the outfield arm chart. So Lindor is going to try to stretch this to first to third, 472, and 472 is here, and that's in the red, and so he's going to be just under the tag as Acuna's throw comes in a little up the line. Riley tried to reach back but couldn't get to him, and so that's going to be first to third. So runners at the corners now. With Pete Alonso, it's one of the few years when you should run on Acuna because his arm is a 0. Probably shouldn't do that all the time. Pete Alonso now, this goes off the pitcher. 263 is going to be a fly ball, and let's see if we're going to have a play at the plate maybe. That fly ball goes to 032, which is a pop-up to the catcher. Our catcher is Darno. He is a -1 catcher. We've got a 489. 489 to a -1 is going to be a good catch as he steps just into fair play to make that catch. So we're going to go P2 on the put out. 1 out now, and runners at the corners for Dom Smith. Dom Smith is a lefty, so Minter has the advantage again. So we can ignore that safely. 701 off a Minter card is going to be a strikeout as he gets him down and away with the slide piece. 2 down now. Minter bearing down Minter, and he's going to face Mark Canha, the right-handed batter. Balanced lineup here for the Mets. This is a 100 off of Minter's card. That's a ground ball. Let's see if we can make the play. 874. It'll be a grounder to Austin Riley. 596. He makes the play. And let's see what happens with the base runners. So a 289 with runners on the corners. 289 with 2 outs is a 5-4 put out. So Riley makes the throw the short way, and we are going to get the out there. So 5-4, and that ends the threat with nobody scoring. They had first and second, nobody out, and Minter did his job. Nice pitching job from the Braves bullpen. They have a 5-2 lead. We are headed into the ninth inning. Hopefully you can see that over there. See that ninth inning. Lugo here. To the ninth we go. It will be Riley, Ozuna, and Albies facing off against Seth Lugo. Maybe you might think to bring in the closer here. Let's see if Lugo can get through this inning without any issues. 929, that's going to be a hit off of Lugo's card. And for Austin Riley, a 523 is going to be a single. As Lugo leaves it out over the plate. That's going to be a base hit. Riley runs at a -2. He's not going to be stretching that at this point. And with the 3-run lead. Marcell Ozuna to the plate. This is off of the pitcher card, 549. 549 is going to be a strikeout from Seth Lugo. 2 Ks in this outing for Lugo. And that's 1 out now with a runner at first base. Ozzy Albies stands in. He is batting left-handed against the right-hander Lugo. Ozzy not a tall player, but he's got a lot of pop. 712. 712 is going to be a walk to Ozzy. Not known as a player who walks a lot, but he takes one here in the 9th inning. Puts runners at first and second base for Adam Duvall. This goes off the pitcher card. A 403 is going to be a line drive. That liner goes to second base. Second baseman is Jeff McNeil, who is at the highest column. He makes the play. And we don't get to use this chart too much, but on a line drive to second base with runners at first and second, so we're in this column here. If we roll a 981 to 1,000, that's going to be an automatic double play on the lead runner. So they'll get that runner at second. If it's a 1 to 100, then we'll have to roll off of the second baseman's double play number. So the out's made at second. We roll a 185. 185 is in this red zone, so there's no double play. The runners get back. You can see it on here. Double play check is yellow, no double play is red, and double play is green. So don't get to use that chart too much, but it's there when you need it for line drive double plays. So we go L4 on the put out, and that's going to be out number 2. First and second now with 2 down. Base hit scores 1 for Travis DeMerit. Not going to get it here though. 216 is going to be a fly ball. And that goes out to left field. The left fielder is Mark Canna. He plays at a +1 in left field, but this is a 13. It's going to be okay. So fly ball to 7. He has to come in and make a running catch on it, but the Braves strand 2. Can't get them home as they get first and second with 1 out. Nice pitching job there from Seth Lugo, who came in and took care of business. We're going to go to the big man, Kenley Jansen. Save opportunity for the Braves. 5-3 is our score. Jansen is here. He'll be facing off against Davis, Jankowski, and McCann. We'll see if there's somebody on the bench, maybe for Jankowski. So, what is this? Jansen. Minter goes 1 1/3. He gives up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 K. He faced 2, 4, 5, 6, and no wild pitches. So, and more importantly, he got through the heart of the order, took care of all those left-handers. McNeil did get a hit off of him, but took care of the other left-handers in the lineup. So that worked out exactly how it was supposed to work out. Sometimes it doesn't. And I lost a die. Alright, so first up is going to be J.D. Davis. Bottom of the 9th inning. 5-2 is our score. The big man, Kenley Jansen, coming in for the save. That was quite the interesting roll I just made. 681 off of Jansen's card is going to be a strikeout as he blows away J.D. Davis. Who do we have off the bench? Let's bring in Eduardo Escobar. And he's going to pinch hit here in the 9th inning for Jankowski. And see, Escobar has quite a bit of power. 959 is going to be a home run for him. 940, so still a possibility as that's a hit off of Kenley Jansen. But a 0-22 is just going to be a base hit. So that's a pinch hit base hit for Escobar as he comes off. Cold as ice, but that's a base hit to left, I believe. James McCann to the plate. McCann is 0 for 2. Got McCann here. So that's going to be a 353. That will be a fly ball. As McCann gets under that one, 977. That's a pop up to third base. Riley's at third, and he's going to make that play. 371, I believe, right? Yeah, okay. So Riley's going to make the play as he grabs the pop up in short left field. 2 down now with the runner at first base, and back to the top of the order with Brandon Nimmo. The Nimmo would be lost. So Brandon Nimmo, left-handed batter, last chance for the Metropolitans. 5-13. This comes off of the pitcher, and just like that, it is over as Kenley Jansen closes the door on the Mets with a big strikeout. Mets get 1 hit in the 9th inning. They strand them at first base, and that is going to be all she wrote for this one. As the Braves take this one 5-2. Second half of the doubleheader, the Mets won the first game 9-4. Braves take game 2 5-2, and the Braves have a 2-1 lead in this 4-game series. Let's see if they can take the series in game number 4, or if the Mets can get a split. Don't know the pitching matchup for that one, but I'll try to put that one on video so we can see all 4 games. I'll come back with the totals, and we'll see what happened in this one. All right, I'm back with the totals. The Braves win this one 5-2. 5 runs on 12 hits and no errors for the Braves. 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors for the Mets. The winning pitcher is Kyle Wright. He goes 6 2/3, gives up 4 hits and 2 runs. Only 3 strikeouts and 4 walks. Not so great, but Kenley Jansen gets a save. AJ Minter comes in for a big inning in the 3rd and completely shut down the Mets offense. A little bit of an opportunity here for the Mets, but then Minter came in and shut things down in the 8th inning. For the Mets, decent enough start for Carlos Carrasco, but he's going to take the L. 8 hits in 6 innings, 3 runs, 5 Ks and only 1 walk. Joely Rodriguez had a tough inning, only a third of an inning, 3 hits and 2 runs, as this was his inning that he came in right here. Gave up a couple of singles and a 2-run double to Travis Demeritte. And yeah, not so good for him, but Seth Lugo came in and shut down the Braves the rest of the way, but they just couldn't mount anything off of the closer or AJ Minter in the 7th and 8th inning. So good game here, and played well. Braves win. That is going to be a 2-1 lead in this 4-game series. Ronald Acuna, you can see he's 2 for 4 with a couple of stolen bases. Who else played well? Demeritte, 3 for 5 with a single, a double, 3 RBIs. So that was a nice game for him. couple of hits for Adam Duvall. And not so great for Olsen in this game. I mean, in this series, he's had kind of a tough time. He did have a 2-run homer in game number 1, so he salvaged a little bit, but Olsen not quite clicking on all cylinders in this one. This was early in the season. The Braves were still sort of finding their footing. William Contreras with the go-ahead home run in this one. It was a shot to right field, which is very Contreras-like. And for the Mets, nice game from Frankie Lindor. He's 3 for 3 with a single, double, and triple. 2 runs scored. He had a walk. RBIs from McNeil and Alonso. And a pinch hit single for Escobar, who comes in off the bench and contributes as well. All right, so game number 4 in this series will come up, and we'll put that online. This is Precision Baseball, a new baseball game I'm making, still in development. Trying to make sure that everything works, and kind of really taking my time with this one, because I think this is going to be this feels like a game that I would like to play, where it's pretty detailed but not bogged down. It doesn't feel like you get bogged down in it. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to play. Depends on what rules you're doing and how many guys get on base and how many pitching changes and stuff like that you do. But I really like it. I like the feel of it. Don't know what anybody thinks about it because nobody's commented about it. So if you have any comments or questions or anything else about the game, maybe you're not even making it all the way through the game. I'm not sure. But I'm putting it out there just in case anyone is interested. But there will be a more extensive fielding system that I add to it. And like I've mentioned before, the rare plays. Maybe I can just put that together this week. So the next time I play, I'll have the rare plays. And so if that ever comes up, might come up 1 or 2 times a game, but just adds a little bit of a wrinkle into the game. Little, what would you call it? Like unpredictability. Maybe that's a good one. So anything can happen. We have these interesting things that can happen on the different types of plays. So that'll be it. I have no idea. Maybe this game will come out by the next season. I don't know. I'll keep working on it this winter. Still have ideas for football and basketball and golf and, lots of different things that I'm working on. Baseball, definitely one of my first loves, baseball and football. I love basketball too. I love trying to figure out basketball. I really enjoy golf. So these are all things that I'm interested in. Tennis maybe at some point, just to see what I can do. Can I turn some of these game engines that I've already done into a game? And can it be fun, exciting, sort of a mid-play type of game where there's some detail, or maybe there's a baseline game, and then you can have a little bit more detail as you move forward with different rules, and you can bring in things that you want. So it seems to be a hallmark of my games that you can kind of homebrew some things. So still some charts to add for things like bunting and, if you want to bunt. Doesn't really happen much in the modern game. So I got bunted into a double play last night in the Braves game. So, probably not the most proficient bunters in the history of baseball. And so I don't feel a lot of pressure to put bunts into the game. But, and I wouldn't bunt very often. Maybe tight game at the end of the game. You need a run. And you had a contact, like a good contact hitter coming up behind. And maybe something like that, just to get them in scoring position. But guys are stealing at 80%. So if you have a guy on base who has any kind of speed these days, there's no need to bunt. You can just steal, and his stealing percentage is going to be about as good as his bunting percentage as someone's bunting percentage. So you might as well steal the base. And baseball's just changed. It's different than it used to be. So I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear them. Like if you have any criticisms about something that's happening in the game, or the length, or how many rolls, maybe it's not your jam. I have no idea. But as this moves along, there will be more teams to try, and we'll see how this plays out. This is definitely more of a modern game. All of these, I'm pulling these range, errors, double plays. Like, this is post 2012. I mean, I don't even know that you can go very far back into the annals of history with this one. So this is going to be more of a every modern season that comes out, this will be it. So not for the old school replay gamers that want the 60s or 70s or 50s. Even the 90s or the 80s, I don't think I'd be able to do a lot of these. It'd just be guesswork because there's no actual numbers for those seasons. So this is definitely a modern game built for a modern audience. But if you want to try out, a little more detailed game with modern players, that might fit a good niche for you. If you just like sabermetric stats, it's going to be a lot based on that. So hard hit percentages, barrel percentages, grounded into double play percentage, error range, or error, what was it called? Error something is the error rating that I'm using. R range, error range, arm, maybe, or arm. I don't know, I'm pulling the stats off of between Baseball Reference and Fangraphs, so I'm just kind of getting stats from a little bit of everywhere to try to piece these pieces of data together and make some sense with them. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on the subscribe button. I guess here lately, lots of videos coming out, and I have some more announcements for different football games and basketball games and things that I'm working on that will be coming out, as I'm working on them. I'm actively thinking about a dice football game that I put together. I guess I was working on it last year or over the spring, and it's more of a play calling game. So No Huddle is more of a replay game where you just kind of let the plays unfold in front of you, and there aren't a lot of decisions to make. But this one, you would have a lot more sort of player control, gamer control, and just thinking about how I can maybe add in player cards into that and see how that works out, or how I can make the gameplay just a little bit better, a little less random, and a little, I don't know how I can improve it. It plays pretty well. It's a play-by-play game, and would be a good 2-player game to play with someone. So we'll see how that comes out, and I'll keep you updated on that as well. And I'm also making the Korean Baseball Organization 2022 cards. So at some point I'll release those out to the Facebook group, which you can join the Facebook group. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go straight to Facebook and just search for Clark and Addison Gaming Company. You'll find us and answer a couple questions. You'll be in. It's a private group, so no need to worry about spamming or weird people showing up and talking about weird things. This is for people who want to support and learn more about the Clark and Addison Gaming Company, which is sort of the umbrella company for games like on-base baseball, quick play baseball, no-huddle football, up-tempo basketball. So all of those games are going to be sort of housed in one place. If you want to learn more about all the games that are available, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, clarkandaddisongaming.com, and you can learn all about those games I just mentioned, plus others. I'll be adding more and more to the site, not only new seasons, but some of the older ones, transferring them over and moving some of those URLs in the future as well. I did that so that it's easier to manage everything in one place. I can do sales. I can change prices in bulk, and I won't have to go to like 5 different sites to do those kinds of things. So it makes it easier for me to manage on the whole, and it makes everyone easier for everyone to be able to just go to one place and find out news and purchase new sets, purchase new games. So go there and check it out. There's lots of different stuff on there. Many different seasons of the game of dice baseball, on-base baseball, quick play baseball, which has the entirety of baseball up until 2022, I believe. So you could actually purchase the entire history of baseball using Quick Play, which has 3 game modes, which is it's kind of a unique and fun game to play with a single deck of cards. Very portable, easy to travel with, and you get like 15 to 20 seasons per purchase. So I sell them in eras, not in not seasons. So I sell them as different eras of baseball. So you want to play dead ball, you play dead ball. You want to play the 70s and the 60s, 70s, and I guess 60s up into the 70s, mid 60s to the late 70s. You can buy that if that's your jam. So I got lots of different seasons that you can purchase on that. You can look, you can do a search for Quick Play Baseball on YouTube, and you'll be able to find the videos for that, and you can kind of see how that plays. I haven't ported over a lot of the videos from other YouTube entities that I have. Don't plan to do that, but I might do some of the core ones just to have them on this website. So, all right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching. The Braves win 5-2. I will see you again next time.